Showtime Sports.
In the heat of the South, a new generation of American mixed martial arts superstars is rising. Tim Kennedy, he puts his life on the line for this country. Now he takes his special forces training into the cage with one objective: become the champion. The undefeated King Mo, Texas State Wrestling Champion, Big 12 Champion, Strike Force Champion. It's his world now, and those who don't fear him should. But standing in their way are two warriors from the birthplace of the sport, Jacare. His Brazilian jiu-jitsu is so dangerous, almost no one can escape his grip. Rafael Feijão. If Pedigree One fights, he would be wearing the belt by now. But the path to greatness always passes through the cage. Kennedy versus Jacare for the middleweight championship. King Mo versus Feijão for the light heavyweight championship. Brazil, America, the next generation of MMA stars can be found in the Strike Force cage. The Lone Star State. Welcome to Texas as we come to you from Houston, the largest city in the state and the fourth largest city in the United States. Tonight, from downtown Houston, we are inside the Toyota Center, the home of the NBA's Houston Rockets and home tonight to mixed martial arts. Everything is big here in Texas, and this fight lineup is packed with big fights, big fighters, and big-time action presented by Strike Force and Showtime. Hello everyone, Gus Johnson here in Houston. Tonight's Strike Force lineup showcases a newly crowned champion defending his belt in the light heavyweight division and two very confident fighters seeking to claim the middleweight title. King Mo won his Strike Force crown with a dominant performance over Gegard Mousasi last April. In his first title defense, King Mo faces a tougher test against Rafael Feijão, whose Brazilian jiu-jitsu skills are even better and stronger than Mousasi's. The Strike Force middleweight division is one of the deepest in the sport, and tonight, American Tim Kennedy fights Brazilian Jacare, each making their own plans to capture the middleweight crown and establish themselves as the man to beat at 185. Joining me tonight, as always, veteran MMA broadcaster Mauro Ranallo. And Mauro, it hasn't taken King Mo long to become champion. Only 7 fights, and tonight he fights a man who's seen a resurgence in his career in Rafael Feijão over his last 2.
Yeah, Gus, you know, King Mo is heralded as one of the best collegiate wrestlers ever to make the transition to mixed martial arts. He was an All-American at Oklahoma State who showcased his superior mat skills in upsetting the multi-talented Mousasi to win the Strike Force Championship. This undefeated champ is also a cerebral student of the game who also espouses the entertainment aspect of the sport with his elaborate cage entrances. Rafael Feijão, after having his title aspirations momentarily derailed in a tough setback against Mike Kyle, has recorded impressive back-to-back stoppage victories to earn a shot at the belt. Now, I think we're either going to be treated to an exciting striking affair or a chess match between the champion's takedowns and the challenger's ground game.
Either way, it should make for a very interesting and competitive fight. Now let me welcome my other broadcast partner. He is a legend in mixed martial arts, the newly retired Frank Shamrock. And Frank, the middleweight title is on the line, and the two competitors have superstar potential.
Superstar potential? How about movie star potential? Both of these contenders have life stories that will capture your heart. Jacare is hands down one of the best grapplers in the world, and his transition to MMA has been nearly flawless. In his last fight, the jiu-jitsu phenom gutted out a tough but deserved victory against savvy veteran Joey Villasenor. Jacare fought his way off the streets of Brazil by keeping a winner's attitude, and credits jiu-jitsu for saving his life and bringing him to America. Tim Kennedy, on the other hand, is a highly decorated American war hero and a special forces sniper who has defended our country for most of his life. Trained to fight with any weapon available, he used his hands and a rear naked choke to make very short work of the much more experienced Trevor Prangley just 2 months ago. Kennedy is a soft-spoken, hard-punching family man whose honor and respect for our country is matched only by his desire to win the middleweight title.
So we have two very honorable gentlemen, each looking for his first world title. Now, last weekend, Strikeforce held a single-night tournament with 4 fighters vying for a chance at Sarah Kaufman's 135-pound title. Miesha Tate won the tournament and a shot at the Strikeforce Women's Welterweight Championship. That subject leads us to tonight's text message poll question. Very good one, and we're going to let you, the fans, make the decision. Do you like the one-night tournament format? Text yes if you would like to see Strikeforce continue with this tournament format in the future, or text no if you think this format is not effective for mixed martial arts. Send your response to us here at shows. That's 74699, 74699. Standard text messaging rates apply. All right, let's check out tonight's fight card, which features 4 very compelling fights. Headlined by the Strikeforce Light Heavyweight Championship, King Mo, in his first title defense in his home state, will put his belt on the line against tough BJJ specialist Rafael Feijão, who's really punching a lot better nowadays. American Special Forces soldier Tim Kennedy battles Brazilian Jacare in an interesting clash of personalities and styles. And in a lightweight showdown, kickboxing striker KJ Noons looks to position himself for an upcoming title shot, but first must get past George Gurgel, a Muay Thai BJJ specialist who always puts on exciting fights. And we'll begin the night with heavyweights in the cage. Wrestling star turned mixed martial artist Bobby Lashley faces off with freestyle fighter Chad Griggs. And that is a look at Chad Griggs. He's 4-1 in his last 5 fights with 4 KOs. He's a firefighter and a paramedic.
Well, Griggs has got to make this a brawl, because his key to the cage is really turning this into a street fight. He also needs to not go to the ground against a much better wrestler, Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley, former WWE star, 5-0 overall. His last fight, a first-round TKO over Wes Sims in January.
Lashley's got a key to the cage here, and it's his bread and butter, man. That's his double leg. He's got to get this fight to the ground and use his ground and pound. I think Griggs is dangerous. I think he's come here. He's hungry. Lashley's got to prove that he's going to be a champion someday.
And that brings us to the tail of the tape as the heavyweights enter the cage for our first fight of the evening. Frank, what jumps out at you?
Wow, big numbers jump out to me here. The reach advantage of Bobby Lashley is 5 inches longer than Chad Griggs, and he's also got about 10 pounds on him. I say Lashley's got the advantage in this fight.
Morrow, the rules for tonight's fights.
All right, Gus, all of the fights are contested under the Strikeforce Code of Combat. 2 of tonight's tilts will be contested over 3 5-minute rounds, while the 2 title fights are 5 5-minute rounds. 3 judges score each bout using the 10-point must system. The winner of each round receives 10 points. The loser 9 or less based on effective striking, grappling, aggression, and cage control. There are no knees or elbow strikes allowed to the head of a grounded opponent.
So we're ready for our first fight of the evening from Houston, Texas. For the formal introductions, let's send it up to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Toyota Center here in Houston, Texas, as Strikeforce and Showtime present a big night of world Championship